Hi, I'm Officer Cliff Miller. Welcome to another edition of Inside the FWPD. We're here at our East Division sector on 1100 Nashville with one of my good friends here, Ms. Beth Moore with Texas Department of Public Safety with Occupant Safety Programs. And today we're going to talk a little bit about some child safety. Can you tell us a little bit about why we're here? What are we doing today?
Sure, we're here today because I was asked to come in and give kind of a car seat 101 to our officers here, to your officers. Go over what are some of the issues with car seats, seat belts, airbags, and then also we're looking at hyperthermia deaths. And there's a huge issue right now in the U.S. of children who are dying in hot cars. And so we went through the presentations and then we set up a display so that everyone could actually see how warm it is outside, yet how hot it actually gets inside the car.
Alrighty, so what really is hypothermia? What is that?
Hyperthermia, we have to make sure no one says hypothermia. Hypothermia is cold-related death. Hyperthermia is heat-related death. And it's a huge issue in the U.S. because 2 years ago we had 49 kids who died in hot cars across the U.S. and Texas being number one, we were number one in the nation of the number of kids who died out of that 49 kids. So we're down to 26 kids so far this year nationwide. And while it sounds like that's a better number, for those 26 families, it's still a very critical number.
All right. So what are some of the things that the parents can do to prevent this?
We want parents to keep their mind on the task at hand, which is driving that child from point A to point B. When parents start multitasking, and that means talking on the cell phone, texting, eating, doing everything else but driving, they forget the focus is to get that child to daycare safely and quickly.
Okay. And we see a rise on this, and I saw part of your presentation had something to do with the airbags being introduced some time ago, and now we see an increase.
So yes, having airbags in the cars, that technology that saves adult lives, unfortunately has put some of our kids at risk. Parents used to put the kids on the front seat where they would see the kids, but now they're having to put those babies in the back seat because no child can survive the impact of an airbag hitting the back of their car seat.
Okay, Beth, thank you very much. A lot of good information that we're taking in today. And I want to let our viewers know that we have a sensor inside the vehicle.
Right.
And what we're going to do, look at this thermometer and kind of talk about some of the effects. Obviously, inside the vehicle, when the windows are rolled up or even if the windows are down, it's going to be a lot hotter than what's outside. So we had it in a shaded area, our thermometer, and it was about 96 degrees. Right now it's showing about 99, we're in the sunlight. But what are some of the effects, or how much does it increase in the vehicle?
So what we were seeing here, it was 96 degrees in the shade. It was already 120 degrees in the vehicle. The degrees and the temperature, we have to remember this is not just a summer issue. This can happen year-round. It can happen in 60-degree weather because the interior of that car in 10 minutes is going to be 19 degrees hotter. And it just goes up and up. It can be up to 43 degrees hotter in less than an hour. So that's a lot of heat, and the kids' bodies just cannot acclimate that. Children and infants, they cannot do it. It hits the child 3 to 5 times faster than it would an adult. And then they can't let themselves out. So they have no defense mechanism. They sweat all the sweat out. They can't get cooled down. The only way they're going to get any help is if someone sees them and rescues the child. What we want parents to do, if you see a child in the back seat, you know they're in distress, call 911 immediately. You don't want to take the law in your hands and start smashing windows. If you make that 911 call, you've now alerted the local law enforcement authorities, the first responders. You followed what the communications operator is telling you. If they tell you they can't get there right away, I'm telling you to break out the windows. Now you've got permission to break the windows. But we never want anyone not to act. If they see a child left in a car, you can look around, you don't see the parents anywhere, you can see the child's in distress, whip out your cell phone, call 911, let them know where you are, describe the scene you're seeing, and then follow the actions that they tell you to do.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned that. Most people may think that it's an offense after being left alone in the vehicle after 5 minutes. And so we want people to call immediately.
Yes.
Notify, call 911, let us get out there and assess the situation right away, because time is of the essence.
It is. It really is. These kids can actually die in less than an hour. I mean, and that's not to say it's okay up to an hour. We're just saying no one knows how long the child's been in the car already. You walk up on it, they could have been there 5 minutes, they could have been there 50 minutes. You need to get help to that child as soon as possible.
Alrighty, awesome. And then just two more things before we wrap this up. What are some things that parents can do? I heard you say something about look, lock, or look, take.
Look, take, and lock. Yes,
ma'am.
if parents would do those three things, I wouldn't be here today giving any education, because we wouldn't have an issue. We want parents to look in the back seat every time they get out of their vehicle. See if there's any kids in the back seat. If there are, take all the children with you every time you get out of the vehicle. And then lock your car doors every time you get out of the vehicle.
Even at home?
Even at home. Because a third of the kids who have died in hot cars accessed a parked car in their own driveway, in their own garage, in their own neighborhood. And that brings up another point. If a child is missing in the neighborhood, start checking every single car, every single trunk, to find if the kids are in those vehicles. They might have gone 2 doors down and they're playing hide and seek.
Right, okay.
You need to check every car, every trunk when a child goes missing.
Absolutely. So call 911 first.
Call 911.
Then begin the search.
Begin the search, but start going door to door, knocking on the doors, getting the neighbors to unlock their cars to see if the kids are locked in the car.
Alrighty, awesome. And then the last thing I wanted to get over, are there some websites that we can have our viewers go look at for more information?
Okay, so now if you'll look at your screen, you'll see a list of resources and reference points, websites where you can go and get more information if you're interested on how to avoid hyperthermia deaths.
Alrighty, I think that's it. Let's say thanks to our good friend here, Ms. Beth Warren. Thank you so much for your time today.
You're more than welcome. I enjoyed being here today.
Awesome. And thank you all very much for looking at Inside the FWPD. And one more thing, don't forget to look, take, and lock.